Hello and welcome to the Sunday stream of Cossacks with me, Forgel, and Colorfit. I assure you, Colorfit is commentating today, but he's doing it in a very text form. Pere Jabur, the first person, he has joined just the moment the stream started. A very impressive feat. You're just waiting for some more people to join. We are likely playing a 4 versus 4 game. Just 2 more people left to join. Hunrex has joined the game, person I have not seen for a very long time in our games. And we have all the people we need to play. Now Colorfit will decide the teams. Because most likely the teams will be set against Colorfit and I, as usual. Pere Jabur says, Color play Scotland. Is that an order, Pere? It would be nicer to ask Color to play Scotland. Have some manners, my friend. Colorfit is thinking very intensively about the teams right now, I'm sure. Looks like there is an issue we have to solve. Colorfit is gone for the moment. Something important happened. It might be an important phone call. Since we are waiting for color, I'm going to engage with you, my dear chat. Here, I will not play Scotland. I always play Scotland. Look at the other streams with me. I'm going to play Piemont today because I hardly ever play it. Colorfit has returned. And finally, Call of Duty is setting up the options and teams any second now. Any second now. Any second now. And here are the teams, but we don't have players anymore. Imperator Ricardo says, hashtag wire master race. I agree. Wired mouses are way better than those powered by batteries. Same goes for keyboards. Unfortunately, people keep leaving at the very last moment we are about to start. Vinci, join us. We will face Colofit, Zoro, and Devilwalk will face against Vinci, Stariok, and Kosovo. We are basically dead. This is. I don't believe I've seen a game more unfair than this. And everyone is ready, we are about to start. And there we go, I told you! I told you half an hour ago, but I told you we would start eventually. I am in mood for some beer, and therefore I should get it while we wait for the game to load. Now your favorite narrator is very satisfied with how things are. Surprisingly, we are just waiting for Vinci to load in. Someone paused the game for a moment, eh? There isn't much chance for us to win that game. The enemy has definitely a superior team because me, Zura and I are not really a high-ranked kind of player. Colorfit has gone pikes! That is an odd choice. Odd choice for Colorfit, of course. Colorfit is a big fan of musketeers. He just never does that. Colorfit says sorry, he thinks he has offended me by calling me a noob, but that is the truth, guys. I am still a noob, even after 500 hours of playing the game. I'm still not a particularly good player. Looks like Vinci just realized we are playing a 15-minute peacetime game. Of course, Vinci is such a good player that it won't really affect the good result of this game. Looks like we are not doing entirely awful. Colorfit's cannons went inside the enemy troops. At least that's what's happening on my screen. I was expecting a much worse result. Unfortunately, our left side is falling. And Zoro is not... Oh, he is withdrawing his peasants, fortunately. I have sent 8,000 gold to Colorfit. Unfortunately, that will help him get his Kiras. The left side is dying. The last peasants of Corsair are being sent to slaughter, and it's basically GG at this point. This is a battle for honor at this point. We are just trying to inflict as much damage as we can. Before, of course, we'll succumb to the enemy. With whatever we have left, we are still trying to win. No, we are not. We're not actually trying to win, we are about to lose. Colorfit is calling GG, but I am still fighting for honor. I will take down those barracks no matter what. That is GG. We tried, and we failed. Don't you guys worry, this was a very unfair game. The person that has set up those teams must be out of their mind. Hello, Dandy. I haven't noticed your greeting. Right, we are going to make teams now. Oh, Skyfall. That's a new player here. He is going Switzerland. A very powerful late game nation. Extremely powerful late game nation, I'd say. Vinci is going England, and so is Caliphate. Corsair is also going England. We see one Netherlands by the Starjok, and a Poland. Oh, we have a Venice. Barely anyone plays Venice. And here are the teams: Caliphate, me, Corsair, and Ahmed against Starjok, Vinci, Skyfall, and Valak. The team's changed. It's going to be Caliphate, me, Vinci, and Valak against Ahmed, Skyfall, Starjok, and Corsair. That is actually a pretty fair team. We are going to start any moment now. This might be a very interesting game because Vinci and Caliphate are together. It barely ever happens. And there we go. We are waiting for people to load in. And looks like I will be working with Vinci. This is going to be a cooperation of noob and a pro. The situation seems like it's the same on the left side. Caliphate in a very cozy position, very safe in the bottom left corner. Waiting for Vinci to load in. Pierre asks, what is Padres double healing? Padres, the Piemont unit in the church, he is much more adept at healing units. His healing is much stronger. Of course, priests are not a particularly useful unit in overall. I am very sorry, guys, but looks like my connection is lost. And it seems like it is the game's fault, because I was not disconnected. Oh, I was disconnected from Steam. That is entirely my fault. That is most definitely my fault. I haven't spoiled any beer, Pierre. I would not have done such a thing. Hello, Maestro. Welcome to the stream. Oh, someone left. That's surprising. Who is it? Who left us? Oh, it was the noob. Okay, Volek has returned to us. Here we go, we are starting once again. Malistfo says, good to see some good games and nice change with commentary. It's much better than before. Just gameplay. I appreciate your appreciation, Malistfo. Dziękuję serdecznie. Your drunken narrator is very appreciative. Corsair is asking if the capture is off. Capture is off. There is no capturing peasants. Keep that in mind, my dear viewers. No raiding here. Brainstorm says, maybe I don't remember commentary because most of the times I just watch some short episodes. Dziękuję serdecznie was perfect. Thank you very much. It was perfect because I'm Polish. Looks like Colorfit is going on an offensive against me. With a couple, much more than a couple, pikemen. And left side is doing fine. Minji has gone pospolite ruszenie. The left side doesn't seem to be working together, though. I'm kind of worried about that. Vinci might just go solo. He is a very good player by himself, but can he work with his ally? Looks like I'm not doing entirely bad. I do have trouble with the siege of the enemy, though. It says that I should back out, but I don't have any troops to back out with. They are already dead. Well, Color has, I believe, done a mistake by backing out. I hope he knows what he is doing. Oh my, looks like I'm in trouble. The situation on the right is getting really tough for Skyfall there. If we keep pushing him, he is sure to lose, sorry. It will have to destroy his cannons if he doesn't arrive in time with his army. Corsair says GG, and indeed, I agree, it definitely was a very good game. And there goes Ahmed with a very valiant defense of his city. He started building those towers a little bit too late. A very fun game. Alright guys, I would like to thank you for listening to me and watching the stream very much. I appreciate you being here. And I appreciate your interaction in the live chat. I'll be going now, but Ricardo will continue commentating. The stream shall continue with Ricardo. Take care everyone. Have fun watching.
Hello there, people. Now it's Ricardo time. And I will stay longer than Torgo. I promise. I don't know what to say. The game hasn't started yet. We are in a lobby, and it's going to be a 1v1 between Ahmed and Colorfit. Again, I don't know how much time it is now, but I could say it's the 7th time. Probably. Probably we will get some more intel about this from Colorfit. But we don't know. It's happened very many times though. So we're kinda just waiting for people to ready up right now. And for Cosmo to become a spectator. And Colorfit talking in a fine English way again. What more do you want to do today, good sir? Jesus Christ. In the next moment he's asking him if he wants his shoes polished as well. And people are talking about Ukraine. And Colorfit can't play Ukraine because it's such a new nation. And it's true. And the last says that Ukraine is pretty easy. Colorfit is right again, because it's going to be a mirror battle over Ukraine, so it's not easy at all. Colorfit talking about that you have to go heavy cap as Ukraine to not die. Ironically, the Ukraine does not have heavy cavalry. It's all light cavalry. So I don't really know what he's meaning. Probably siege Cossacks. Or probably he means to go heavy on cavalry, which means that you have to, well, upgrade your cavalry a lot, make it more important than infantry in the short term, so you can more elastically bombard your enemy with distraction attacks and intercept his lines and so on, you know. And we yet have not started. Instead we keep on taking more people in. We have so many spectators, it could almost be the battle of the spectators right here. And we have started. Well, we are in the process of starting. We are in the loading screen, which is quite obvious, I think, as you see it yourself. Anyway, how's your day been, viewers? I'm interested in how your day was, if it was good or bad. Have you done anything nice today or not? Just write it down in the commentary section here. I'll be just happy to read it. And the game has started. As I said, it's a Ukraine game. Apparently it's 5K and 15 PT. So I do think that Serdiux will play a major role in this battle, even though the cavalry will probably be very important. What do I say? Probably. It will be important. Very important. But I do think that Serdiux are going to be minimalistically more important due to their high firepower. You want this firepower quickly, otherwise you just cannot compete. And both players are going for the same strategy, except for Ahmed building his smithy and the second town hall at once. So he technically has his faster, but it's basically the same time actually. Having 50% of the peasants working on two things makes 100% obviously, but it also means that they're only going to work with the 50% efficiency. Which means if Color's peasants with the 100% peasants on the building switch to the town hall, and Ahmed still has his 50% peasants on his town hall, all of it is going to roughly finish it on the same time as Ahmed. Which it apparently is true, because Colorfit is now in the advantage of building. He has more military buildings than Ahmed. Which Ahmed does not do very reasonable moves with his peasants. I can't really understand why he is going for wood. Actually stone. He's going for stone. At Ukraine you don't even need stone that much. Only for the academy. And we have paused. And apparently Ahmed has problems with his door. And it's very rude to unpause. I have to pause this game because everybody else is just unpausing. It's very unkind of the spectators. People keep unpausing, but I keep pausing. As the beacon of, well, righteousness, I suppose. Well, people in the chat do tell that they don't know how to pause, or that they are not pausing, but because we have so many spectators, somebody is unpausing. And that's not very kind. So the unpausing has stopped now and everybody tells that it wasn't him. Apparently they're all scared of the punishment right now. And somebody has left of the spectator, so I suppose that it was him. And it's paused again. Why this time? Apparently there was no real reason because it was paused. I think that we have a troll in this lobby right now. Meanwhile, both players have switched to the food economy, which is the better choice as Ukraine because you're going to have it quicker. It's the same thing as Scotland. You can have this upgrade directly when you start the game, and it's even cheaper indeed. I do think it's also the same effect, so it's quite, it's a really good thing to get. Your economy is going to skyrocket with it, and you can buy everything with food. Apparently Ahmed has food problems. And the spectators keep writing it. That's not very smart of them. And it appears that both players have got their gold mines, whilst Colorfit is already starting to upgrade his, which will give him an economical boost, because while he just has his gold mines quicker, he has them upgraded, he gets more gold and he can make more upgrades, which will result in a better army. Ironically, none of the players does have a diplomatic center yet, which I suppose is not that useful right now. The men there are so quickly built that, well, they are quite expensive as well, so that you in these settings, in 1v1, you might want to get the diplomatic center late, because it's just too expensive on gold. And I think the Ukrainian diplomatic center is also expensive, more expensive than the stone? I don't really know. I don't play Ukraine myself, so I don't really have the intel about this. And now the coal and iron mines are also being occupied by both players. And neutral control has set to be after PT by Call of It. And apparently Ahmed can't write while he's playing. That's quite poor, because everybody should be able to write while he's playing. It takes such a small piece of time that you kind of can't bear this, even if you're focusing. Plus, too much focusing can result in stress, and stress can be difficult to handle whilst having such an intense game. I don't mean it's intense right now, but it's probably going to be intense very soon after the peacetime ends. People talking that Ahmed has passed much time, and Kosovo is therefore asking him what is the meaning of life. Great. That one's really good. And Kalabit is starting to make his diplomatic center. Quite a smart move, but it's obvious that the diplomatic center is quite vital in every kind of game, actually. Except if you have diplomatic center turned off, then it's obviously not as important. But it's obvious, because it's not even there. Now Ahmed is also building his diplomatic center. The score is shifting right now, and it appears to be slightly in favor of Colorfit this time. If you remember, a short time before this, Ahmed had a huge, bigger point. Had way more points than Color, which apparently he does now have as anyway. Oh, I shouldn't talk so much about the score. The score doesn't matter. It's all about the battle strategies, to be honest. You don't really need to know about the score. Except for the wins. In the lobby, the wins can indeed indicate if you're facing a good or bad player. I mean, of course, some people are having lots of wins but still are utter trash. But mostly you're knowing that you face good players when they have a lot of wins. Like Color or Corsair. Such people that have many wins are usually good players. I myself don't have a lot of wins, but I would call myself rather medium-sized. I'm still better than Doggo though. But that's a real challenge. And people are starting to mobilize the armies towards each other, I think. Well, kind of. The Great Wooden Wall of Doom is being placed. So that's, actually that one's quite senseless. Though the Ukrainian palisade has more health points than others, so it's going to withstand a siege attack a little bit longer. Not way longer, but a little bit. And that's what it's really up to. The Doom Cossacks of color going around the neutral territory to go into Ahmed's flank. A quite smart strategy. It's a mix of real and mercenary siege Cossacks, so Ahmed is probably going to be confused by this. Which he also has a mixture of mercenary and real siege Cossacks. And apparently both of the players have the same idea. Exactly the same idea. Both are going into the economy of each other. With nobody being prepared at all. In fact, Color immediately got a little formation of Zerdyaks just butchered. A sad fate for these valuable musketmen. Whilst Colorfit is rampaging in the south of Ahmed's base, capturing a few mines, blowing them up, losing a ton of siege Cossacks to that mine, which kind of wasn't even in range actually. And ignoring a perfectly nice formation of Zerdyaks to just cut down, preferring to raid his mines. Well, I mean, it's his choice. He could make some damage undone by killing his own, by killing Ahmed's Zerdyaks. But if he thinks that this is the better choice, it's his better choice. I do not question pro tactics, I just analyze them. I don't learn from them, I just see them. If I have to learn tactics, I need to make myself. I need to make own tactics and strategies. Otherwise, I really cannot get behind them. Oh, hello, Hanrex. Yes, I am indeed specialized in Scotland. A real pro in Scotland? Well, I guess that's the kind of how you see it. I would say that I am medium-sized, but some people would indeed say that I'm a real pro in Scotland. Which might actually be true. I haven't seen a lot of people play Scotland as well as me. Which is probably just because mostly people don't play Scotland. But there's another raid of Color Fit against Ahmed. A little siege engagement, which I don't know who actually got more losses from this. This was in the forest. But I would arguably say that this was a loss for Color Fit. Meanwhile, Ahmed has patched up his wooden wall, which Colorfit destroyed, and it has holes, so it's not useful at all. Meanwhile, Colorfit's army is completely disorganized in his base. I don't understand why he is acting like this. Then again, Colorfit keeps stating that he doesn't really know how to play the Ukraine. Colorfit is getting neutral control, which is going to boost his economy a lot. I mean, if he can get it, of course. He might as well be intercepted by siege Cossacks. Or even worse, this massive ass army that's moving against him. So Connor needs to reorganize real fast now, otherwise he's not going to stand a chance against this army. Colorfit also forgot to use the diplomatic center for some reason. At least it's not producing anything. Apparently he just noticed it, probably because I said it. But that's a massive disadvantage for Colorfit. If Ahmed would just go in right now, he would completely ruffle stomp Color. And he is going in, indeed. It basically now comes down to who has more Serdiok upgrades and more Siege Cossacks upgrades. Because on Colorfit's side, there isn't really any fodder in the play. Because the diplomatic center was inactive for so long, and it appears like the Siege Cossacks got heavily cut down by Ahmed's Serdiok, so I think that's going to be quite a decisive loss for Colorfit. Or actually, Ahmed's army got quite cut down as well, and Colorfit is winning. Well, that's quite a surprise actually, because Ahmed's Serdiks were actually better than Colorfit's. Or were they? Yes, they were. What a magician. This Englishman is really a magician. Colorfit stating that he should not have won this battle because he had no ammo. He was halfway through his army and he had no shears and he fucked his cavalry. I agree. He should not have won this. It was basically magic what happened right there. He won with a far superior army against the superior army of Ahmed, which is completely bonkers right now. I can't understand it myself. I guess we just have to accept what happened and move on. But now Ahmed is mobilizing his peasant army to fight off Colorfit's invasion right now. Which I do think that after this magical happening, Colorfit is going to win this now. Even if Ahmed sends all his peasants, he might lose them. Colorfit might lose this battle, but Ahmed is going to lose his economy, which is a far bigger blast to Ahmed as it is to Colorfit. Apparently Colorfit's men do not even mind this and still won. So this is completely magic right now. Jesus. Unbelievable. But yeah, this is GG. Both Ahmed and Colorfit agreed this is GG, and it was indeed 100% luck, as Colorfit said. And Thomas stated that Ahmed had much more upgraded troops. So yeah, that was correct, but apparently Ahmed still lost somehow. Diamond says that this is a poor strategy. I disagree, Ahmed had this in the bag, but Colorfit still won. But this game is over now. This is that was quite funny. That was legendary. I like this battle. Did you like it too? You can just write it down in the comments right now. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next game, which is going to come out quite soon. So we are back in the game. Again, it's Colorfit against Armored in a 1 versus 1. This time is Venice. It's again 15 PT. It's again 5k. And because Venice is not special at all, it's the most unspectacular army, a nation, I mean, that you can get in the game, so there's not a lot to talk about Venice. Maybe I find something. I think that the Venetian buildings are stronger, but that's all I can really remember. Alright, the cavalry upgraded. 33% quicker cavalry recruitment upgrade. It's cheaper in both gold and coal, but a bit more expensive in iron. It's basically a trade for it. God of it stating that he already did his Heavy Frost. Unfortunate, because I wanted to play too. Well, you can't do anything about that now. And both players going for basically the same tactics again. So that's not really something to talk about. Both are going for muskets, both are having 3 town halls, both had a quick market. Though Colorford is going to make his academy faster. But it's an academy, you don't really need it that early. It's only really needed for nations that have to go heavy on the food economy and to get a quick diplomatic center, which is not really necessary right now. So it's nice for dramas, having a bit more of this nice field of view. And Colorford seems to be going for wood economy. Well, I mean, it's okay because it's a normal European nation. It does not have the quite as overpowered food economy as Ukraine or Scotland. So I still would prefer food economy over wood. Even if I were in Scotland. Because food economy is just so superior. Though it's a term of taste anyway. Ooh, and Ahmed is heavily going on the gold mines upgrade right now. Having his gold mines already upgraded, but Color is still working at it. Though he heavily dismissed his entire economy for it, as far as I can see. He uses his gold to buy food. It's very inefficient. But I guess it's okay because he has more gold than Color. Now comes Ahmed's academy. A bit late, but as I said, you don't really need it that early. Colorford going for the stables, as usual. Colorford just loves his cavalry over everything. If there's a nation that has no cavalry, Colorford just won't play it. That's a simple fact. And we all know it, right? As the last game was, I suppose that the neutral control is only permitted after the peacetime is... Because nobody is really moving into the neutral territory. Ahmed being very late with his stable. It's his first stable, but since he's got more gold, I suppose it's okay. And Colorfit is struggling with food. Well, that's obvious since he's a communist, but it's not very good. Because having no food will make your units get suspended, which means if they are getting built during this suspended time, the next unit will be created later with a little delay, which is quite annoying. Especially if you like to play on having a good, big and full formation at the end of the peacetime like I do. It's quite annoying to have to wait for single people to get produced so you can make the formation full. And just this last game, nobody is really going for artillery, so that's quite unusual for this type of game. Usually the people like to just spam the artillery. Oh, and apparently Ahmed already got this faster cavalry upgrade, so this is going to put Colorfit far behind in dragoons. Apparently Ahmed's strategy of rushing his gold mines real hard has really paid off actually. He's having more stables, he's having more cavalry, he's having a bigger military in fact. And I think he's also going to have the better military. And now he's also building his diplomatic center, so Colorfit should be better at playing right now. Ahmed is complaining about lag, but I think he means lag. I suppose that's because his tactic was just too good for his PC. Apparently, Ahmed wants a pause so he can have fix his lag. And people are unpausing again. That's very unkind. Apparently Ahmed has lagged because his brother is using YouTube. He's having a shared internet connection. That's well, that's normal actually, but it's not really good if he has lags because of this. Shinobi talking that he is using Pornhub in 4K. I suppose that's Shinobi's favorite free time activity himself. So that's why he told it. We are starting to get behind the logic of Shinobi, which there is not any logic. He's just bad. Probably that's why he crashes every game. Because he's just doing stuff that's not correct while playing. Would also explain why he is so bad. Anyway, the peacetime is soon to end, and the people are, well, kind of mobilizing. Ahmed is having his army completely disorganized everywhere around his country. But it's no problem since he is mobilizing right now, and he's mobilizing in a good way. I think since Ahmed has had his cavalry upgrade earlier and more stables earlier than Colorfit, though he had his stables later, he's going to cut some quite nasty losses into Colorfit if he chooses to engage his dragoons. I mean, he might also just not, but I don't see any reason why not to. Ahmed is already building his houses, but Colorfit does as well, so that's okay. I suppose that's just normal at this time of the game to have population problems. Colorfit having his army really compressed right now, which is a normal tactic, and Ahmed is facing the wrong way. I suppose he's a good commander, having his army stare at the oh, actually he's showing Colorfit his ass, so that's quite a bold move. And the dragoons are, well, they're almost engaged, whilst actually Ahmed seems to have less dragoons. Actually, he just had so many of these 17 musketeers in the mix, which they look like 17 dragoons just without a horse. So it looked like they were way many. Like there were way more of them. Jeez, I already cannot spell. These tongue twisters just kill me. And Ahmed capitulated the hill to Colorfit. I don't get why he did that. That was a stupid move. And Ahmed is engaging with his dragoons. So the big dragoon fight has started. And Ahmed is pulling back his completely disorganized army to face Colorfit, whilst Colorfit is having a completely organized army. Ahmed is begging Colorfit to stop, but Colorfit does not stop. This is going to be an easy win. Apparently Ahmed has paused the game. Colorfit paused the game actually. And Ahmed asks what has happened. Colorfit asks him to explain his issue. But Thomas said that his brother got killed. No problem now. That's nasty. Ahmed said that his brother is older than him and tell him to fuck the game, to delete it. That's not very nice. That's a bad brother actually. Colorfit told Ahmed to delete his brother. Great. I love it. Put a like on the stream if you liked it too. Ahmed cannot see if he wins or loses. So he says GG. He decisively lost this battle. And Colorfit said if you cannot see if you win or lose, then you don't lose. It's arguably a right thing, because if you crash and cannot see what's happened, we could as well say that you won. But Ahmed did not crash. Thomas is being a crude guy. He's talking about Ahmed as having an advantage about his brother, a knight. Doesn't matter if he's older. And Ahmed says that he cannot win. He says that he thinks Ukraine, so he must win. But he's thankful for it, for the game. Cosmo states that it was good to see the builds. Well, the builds were quite the same. They used the same tactics, to be honest. Thomas is talking about pyramids, so yes, that's right. Ahmed is Egyptian, so he should have built some pyramids, so he could win. But apparently he did not. Thomas also states that Ahmed needs another nation. Well, I doubt that he will win anyhow against Kalavid. Kalavid says that Egypt is overpowered with Ahmed. Pyramid towers. Great. Double pyramid, quadruple health. Nice. I'd like that. I'd like to see that in the mod or in the base game. And Ahmed has quit, or he died. Well, one of the two actually. Thomas says that with Algeria or Turkey, Ahmed will kick Color's ass. I doubt it, but it's funny. So this game is over. Are we go? And apparently Call of Duty is going to host another one with one and sees if somebody joins. So I see in the next game very soon, if it starts, of course. And if not, well then not. Anyway, take this break to drink some bit or eat a bit. But I'll see you soon.